Why should you study botany? Is it a good college major? Is it fun? Is it a reliable career path? Is it difficult? What is the money like as a botanist? First and foremost, a botanist is basically a plant biologist, and most botany related jobs will require a bachelor's, preferably a BS rather than a BA. Second and second most, we are scrapping this old video. My opinions and beliefs have changed, and overall it's a cringy video. I'm graduating soon with my bachelor's of science in botany. Hopefully my experiences can help answer some of your questions, figure out if studying plants is right for you, or to better understand botany based on my motivations and interests. I encourage you to put your comments, questions, and criticisms down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. I live in California and graduated high school back in 2020, a few months after COVID hit. I went to community college for 2.5 years. I knew very little about plants, but I took a plant biology class and volunteered at my local botanical garden. Botany is a STEM major, and I would get C's in my chemistry and biology classes. I have been a full-time student with a part-time job and haven't been awarded any scholarships or grants, and only federal loans. Then I transferred into the University of Hawaii at Manoa, located on Oahu. Both California and Hawaii are expensive states to live in. I've joined some plant clubs. I volunteered at a sea conservatory working with Hawaii's endangered plants. Recently, I've been working at herbarias where I do data monitoring and collections of trees and fungi. I will begin a project managing limu collections, aka algae, by the famous phycologist Dr. Isabel Abbott. My plans after college are a bit fuzzy, but what I do know is that I want to work with plants. After I graduate, I plan to move back in with my parents so I can save money. I don't want my master's degree, but if I did, I would love to pursue medicinal botany, especially the chemistry side of things. Medicinal botany is basically dealing with plant medicines. As many as 40% of all modern pharmacies come from plants, and I find it extremely intriguing on why and what makes a plant medicinal. But the problem with it is that it's in the research field, which I'll talk more later in this video. I think that a benefit about being a botanist is that it's a lot of fun, and the professors and students in this field are overall very passionate. In my opinion, I think botanists are very prideful people in the scientific community. We like to show off plant knowledge, name plants after us, and ruin hikes by pointing out which species are invasive. We are botanists, we hate math, and we love plant-themed merch. For me, I'm doing what I love, and I know I'll use my botanical knowledge regardless of my job. It's in the food we eat, when I garden, and when I hike, etc. Botany is definitely an underrated major compared to marine biology, computer science, business, and medicine. It's a bit strange because the world revolves around plants, and with global warming on the rise, I would imagine the demand for botanists would increase. I believe a botany degree could get you jobs in horticulture, agriculture, forestry, and possibly medicine. My botany program also heavily deals with fungi and algae. If I were to pursue a horticulture degree, I'd probably have a harder time getting a botany or forestry job. Because of my major, I have gained a huge appreciation for the world around me. Plants, fungi, and algae just stick out like a sore thumb. And I have so much fun hiking and backpacking that it's my main source of exercise. I can botanize so much that I may slow down my hiking group. But in a hiking group, your botanical knowledge is always appreciated. It's a bit extra, but I think botanical knowledge can be very useful in a survival situation, especially when knowing which plants are poisonous, edible, and medicinal. The struggle of being a botany student is that it's academically challenging. My botany program requires me to take organic chemistry, physics, molecular biology, and genetics. Moreover, botany programs usually take 4 to 6 years to graduate. Most of my peers pursuing a master's are often very unhappy or exhausted, which is also why I'm not pursuing my master's quite yet. As a grad student, you do get paid, but not enough to pay for your rent, food, etc. Honestly, I just want to get my degree, gain experience, get a job, and get paid. In terms of finances, I think an industry like nori or citrus, or a governmental job like CDFA or DLNR could be smart moves. California and Hawaii deal a lot with HAB and algal poisoning. Recently, California is fighting against Pseudonychia australis. This diadem released domoic acid, a biotoxin that causes amnesic shellfish poisoning and aggression in sea lions. Fungal infections are on the rise in the US like blastomycosis and cryptococcosis. In California, botanists earn between $45 to $51 annually or $22 to $25 hourly. In perspective, agriculturists earn $42 to $46 annually or $20 to $23 an hour. I do know that jobs in conservation or research often have low pay ranges because these organizations are dependent on funds, grants, and the government to support their projects. I've seen mixed feelings about consulting jobs. Let me know what you guys think. Honestly, finding a job with a botany degree doesn't seem bad, but finding a high-paying or desirable job might be more challenging. My best suggestion for a reliable pay is to find a career that has a demand. If you want to work with plants, you'll probably find a higher concentration of job opportunities near the tropics, near forests, and the ocean. It's a bit more difficult finding jobs near the deserts like Southern California to Arizona. Work can include travel or stationary. I myself get very excited when traveling to a new location because I nerd out on all the new plants. It's like Pokemon. Overall, as a college experience, I feel like most of my classes that I took won't be useful in my career except for my botany program, biology, and chemistry. I'm just glad I don't have to take biochem. The botany program itself was not hard, you just have to memorize. And when you are studying what you love, information information just sticks a whole lot better. It's a bit extra, but when I'm out botanizing and kneeling down, I do look like a total weirdo and stand out to people. You do become a nerd, but if you're in a botany club, it's fun nerding out as a group. Overall, am I worried about my future as a botanist? Yes, but I do know that I'm happy with my choice. I know I'll use this degree throughout my life, and it's better sticking to my gut rather than change my major midway. I think it's the best of both worlds where I get to do what I love and get paid for my expertise. I'll do a follow-up video, maybe after graduation and being exposed to the work field. Brr.